My name is Lucia Gallardo, and I'm the founder of Emerge. We're a company that offers impact as a service for companies that are looking to incorporate impact into their core business or service product strategy. And we've been doing that for a fair bit. Work a lot in financial inclusion and in anything that relates to the democratization of new technologies. The company was started in 2018, and honestly, it's been in the making since I'm 8 years old. I was a little activist, and I just happened to stumble into the technology components and realized that a lot of the work was being directed at convenience-based markets, large companies that could afford the budgets to play around with the new technology. But the people that would truly benefit from new innovation, decentralized technologies, AI, were the ones that were probably not going to get it for a while. So I started the company as an attempt to really bring technological justice into frontier innovation. We've done a fair bit of work around the world now. We've done some projects in, for example, Uganda, recognized by the Ministry of Agriculture in Uganda, including farmers for the first time in land titling and other initiatives. We've done some work in the banking sector within Latin America, a lot of work in the border with undocumented immigrants, homeless populations, refugees, so a lot of social work. And then on the private sector side, we've worked with Juan Valdez, we've worked with companies that are now looking to scale their ESG, UN SDG aligned work with the core products, some work with Hard Rock International as well. Money 2020 to me is one of my favorite conferences in the world, quite frankly. It's a place where I can find a little bit of all the technological components I sometimes need to deploy a different solution. So I'm here to meet, people that are interested in taking their innovation to emerging markets, and I'm here to just see, what innovation is happening within the financial technology sector that I could incorporate into one of our solutions. And I'm also here to sort of advocate for the diversity agenda in trying to include more people of different representation in main stage content. A big fan of Money 2020, and I'm also the only person in the world that can say that I am part of the inaugural Rise Up cohort and the inaugural Amplify cohort. So really grateful for these initiatives that are trying to diversify the sector, and really proud that I get to be the guinea pig for it. So unfortunately, I've had to deal a lot with, being a young woman looking for funding as an entrepreneur. And ultimately, I came to the decision to bootstrap the business. So I actually have never looked at funding. We directed the energy into finding our first paying client and then grew from there organically. So at the moment, we are, a for-profit company that has really been designed to leverage, the strategy of looking for clients and making sure that we're innovative with our business models to make up for the fact that, looking for funding in my position took a year and it was draining, and the negative experiences were still, women are underfunded, minorities are underfunded, and not just that, but also the process by which we are evaluated for funding are often very difficult. And so being able to be in a conference like this and speak to that experience and be able to say, I was bootstrapping before it was trendy is something really meaningful to me. And I think that the more that we talk about it in these kinds of spaces, the more we can sort of start to see changes in the way that banks, in the way that VCs, in the way that angels sort of look at how they assess funding for people like me. I'm the anti-CSR. I'm like, you shouldn't funnel it into a department. It shouldn't be corporate social responsibility. It shouldn't be an objective. It needs to be embedded into the core competency of your company. And I think that something has changed, and that has fundamentally changed the traction that my company is experiencing, where before 2020, I think, the public sector really understood the importance of bringing technology into public good spaces. But I think it was harder to get big companies to understand why impact was so valuable to the core strategy of their existence. And I think the pandemic changed that for everyone, where suddenly private companies are saying, we can't ignore the grander context that's going on. We can't ignore a lot of the inequities, inequalities, the exclusion that is going on. And we become better companies by learning how to pull away from specific small initiatives and take impact and put it as a guiding principle in the very core and central purpose of what we do. And that change in realization has meant a great deal to my company, because now I don't have to explain it so much. People sort of get why there's value in what we offer. And it's definitely created an entire portfolio of opportunity for us within the private sector that was not possible a few years ago. And we've been around, for a while now, and it's just we're niche. Nobody got it, and now they do. So it's a great place to be now. If you are a company that's really looking to understand impact and technology and how they converge with business strategy, I think that's really where we want to play. If you want to be innovative about that, bold about that, and reach the kinds of market segments and economies that are really creating new wealth and present a wealth of opportunity as well, I think, reach out to us, and I'm super happy to help get you started.
Thank you.